facts on why student athletes have more resources than regular college students. Underneath all the fame and status, student athletes face subliminal pressures to balance their social, academic, and athletic obligations. But how do athletes deal with this? We deal with this pressure. What resources do they have to deal with these pressures? Today, I will inform you about the pressure student athletes experience and the resources they have to deal with these pressures. I will show you that student athletes have enough resources to deal with the pressure as long as they are willing to utilize them. Being an athlete at a university is like a full-time job involving clashing schedules and undying deadlines. According to an article from 2015 by Kosh and Tully, training and class time with inevitable crashes and the crashing deadlines reduce personal time. Mainly, student athletes have resources due like they have study hall and teachers. Well, most coaches have degrees, well they have to in order to coach college football or college soccer, track and things like that. So they have degrees and they can help their student athletes by giving them the knowledge that they have or directing them to tutors or extra people and within a facility that can help them to better themselves in the classroom. The second reality is that student athletes also deal with sports-related stressors and demands. Most athletics produce the students to injuries likely to interfere with academic and sports performance. The competitive nature of athletics is also strenuous. When competing in sports, you have to mainly focus on your academics in order to play, because most colleges have a 2.0 GPA that you have to keep up in order to continue playing sports. And most students, when it comes to this, it's really easy for them to keep it because, like I said, they have tutoring and things like that. And they also have coaches. With the coaches, they help extend their deadlines because sometimes they travel out of town for games and things like that. So their deadlines can get extended, and that also helps them within the classroom. On the other hand, students can use multiple resources to deal with this stress and pressure. The first source of resources is sports and academic staff. Sports and academic staff provide a scaffolding to help strident athletes deal with stress. And they also have access to mental health counseling. And I found this in an article by Carter and Francine in 2015. So I know at the college that I attend, we have I think the counselors have like a stress lounge where people can just go and sit and, relax. They have massage chairs, pool tables. You can put your headphones on, take naps, things like that. And that helps to relieve the pressure off of student athletes because they can just, unwind and don't have to think about academics or think about sports. They just have time to just sit there and think about life and reflect on how, how much is weighing on them, and that can just really take the load off and relieve all that pressure on them. The second source of support is from peers and fellow athletes. Most people don't realize that athletes have, their main friends are other athletes. They do socialize with other people outside of athletics, but for the most part, it's the people within their sport who they hang around, talk to, socialize with. Those are the people who really help them to make up their assignments. They ask for help from those people, all of that. So that's really their main source of power or support system. Sports are associated with commandership, and athletes build strong relations with peers. But back to what I was saying, that also goes again with, just being around them every day. Because, most sports, they have camp. And within camp, that's where you build those really strong relationships with fellow teammates, because you're up here basically 12 hours a day, doing meetings, doing all types of things like that. You're doing practice, 2-a-days, lifts, training, strength and conditioning, running, all that with your team. So you really are kind of forced into a friendship and help from those type of guys, and you lean on those guys more because who else do you talk to? Those guys. So that would be the guys that you lean on and talk to the most. In conclusion, exploring the pressure student athletes experience brings insight into the resources they can utilize to deal with stress. Student athletes can deal with stress effectively if they utilize their resources. As a society, we have an obligation to appreciate the stress student athletes experience and provide appropriate support. Now I'm going to ask you, would you love being on the side of a student athlete with all the resources and help that they get and all the people that are behind them? Thank you.